Good morning, everyone. This is Jennifer. You're watching the Wise Morning Coffee Chat Show. We are super excited to be on this morning live. So, before we introduce our guests, remember this is an interactive show, you guys, so feel free to chime in and comment. And remember, if you're watching from the private Facebook group, please, make sure that you give permission to Restream to show your name just so we know who you are. And I put it in the comment section of this live stream. So, who am I? I'm the founder of the Women's Institute of Self-Development, FXC WISE for short. We're a community that does retreats, conferences. We put together networking events. We have coaching programs, membership opportunities, and we also have a running community where we focus on being healthy, as well as I'm a mom of three beautiful little ladies, and I'm excited about being, just have do all the things that I'm doing right now. I can't even think about everything that I'm working on right now, but that's who I am, and I'll pass it to my co-host.
Good morning, ladies. Yes, I am also a part of the WISE, co-hosting our lovely coffee chat and doing networking events to help spread the love of WISE in other communities. So I am also a mom of my son and my daughter who are adult children. I own a business, have a couple of dabbles in other entrepreneurship businesses, but my main business is my cleaning business. And I just love this community. I'm happy to get to know our guest today.
Yes.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Sonia Delgado with Fairway Mortgage. And I love how you said that, a mother of two adult children. So I have two adult children and one little one. So three girls, four girls with my granddaughter. So thank you for having me, Jennifer. I appreciate it. And Kimberly, it was beautiful chatting with you before this. So
Absolutely. So we do have already Jeanette. She said buenos dias, ladies. She has her coffee. So as you guys are watching, make sure you're saying good morning. And of course we go into our favorite part of the show is coffee time. So right before we start talking to our guests, we do like to talk about the coffee that we're drinking this morning. Why? And I always say this, it's something that entrepreneurs do. Don't every single dang time. Let's go get a cup of coffee. Let's go get a cup of coffee. And I think I just love being around the coffee shop. So I have hazelnut coffee this morning, and I have a wise woman once said, a la chingada, and she lived happily ever after. So that's my motto, a la chingada, right there. Like, screw it. That's what I'm drinking.
I love that.
I do too. I love it. I thought that's what it was, Jennifer. I was like, here she comes.
Yeah,
I need that cup.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sometimes it's just
there's
screw
some
it.
days. Yeah.
What about you?
I purposely, it has a little lipstick on it. I have oat milk, French vanilla, but I purposely pulled out my grateful cup because I'm grateful to be here and grateful to get to know Sonia this morning.
Oh, thank you for that. I'm grateful for you beautiful ladies too. And Jeanette. Good morning, Jeanette.
Good morning. What about you? Are you drinking anything, Sonia?
Yes. You see my cup?
One more cup.
Oh, wait. One more cup.
One more cup.
So I'm a huge coffee drinker. I drink anything and everything that tastes good. I don't like it really sweet. But I'm having a French vanilla coffee. One little secret is that every morning, so I have a teapot on the stove really quick, I'll tell you guys, and I boil canela, a canela stick, a couple of slices of ginger, and a slice of garlic.
In your coffee?
In my water. So I boil the water using all those three ingredients, and then I use that water to make my coffee.
See, this is why I love asking what people drink in the morning. It just gives me insight, or it gives you some sort of like, see, this is why I like doing this. That's awesome.
Yeah,
so
I've
why
been
do
doing
you do
that for years. I have one of my really good friends, Alma. She had told me a long time ago that that's what her parents drink, and they're, older. So you see them in their 80s, 90s. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna try it, and I've been doing it for like even before COVID. And I don't know, maybe it's a mental thing, but I know statistically and stuff, it does help with like diabetes, like with blood sugar. Um, it helps with high blood pressure. It helps with circulation, arthritis. So it's got a lot of benefits.
You boil garlic and what else?
Yeah, a slice of, so I get a garlic clove and I'll just slice it in half. You can put both
Okay.
slices or a half a slice.
Okay.
And then I put probably about 4 or 5 slices of ginger. I buy fresh ginger at Jules. And then a
Yeah.
canela stick or two, depending
Yeah.
on the size of the canela stick.
Yeah, that those,
Yeah.
when I get into my health kicks, those are big health components. And what I've learned a lot from my, family members, um, you know, I used to watch my mother-in-law every morning cut up ajos, and she would eat canela and she would do the ginger, and like that was something that I've watched, so I was like, okay, so I know that there's a lot of health benefits, and I've done it too, like eat it, like I've seen like chop it up and eat it like pills, but I like the idea of boiling it and drinking it, so that's
Yeah.
actually.
And it doesn't have a bad taste. People are like, oh, the garlic, but the canela overpowers all of that.
I'm about
And
to
the
do
ginger
that.
gives it a little kick, a little spice. So the coffee taste, it's
Yeah.
something different. When I'm in a rush, though, I'm at Starbucks, oat milk shake and espresso.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I gotcha. So awesome. So we have Elizabeth here this morning. She said, "Good morning, ladies. Do not be shy. If you are watching, feel free to say good morning and let us know what you're drinking. If you're drinking anything, let us know also." So let's go straight to it and get to know Sonia more. So Sonia, I know that for those that are watching, and if they watch, you are in the mortgage business and the real estate industry, right?
yeah.
How did you stumble or fall into this industry?
So I bought my first house at 22 years old. And I bought this house actually by Midway Airport. A lot of people don't know this. And I got it for 105,000. It was a townhome. I don't know
Nice.
if you know that there used to be military homes back there, row homes that
Mm,
now are. I learned the history of the property because I don't know. I love knowing,
yeah.
but now they're regular townhomes, no association fees. They're like single families with a big yard. So I buy this property, and the realtor, I met her, buying the property. And once we closed, she's like, "Hey, I really love your personality, the way you are." She said, "I've been looking for an assistant. Are you interested?" And I'm like, "I know nothing about real estate. And she's like, "Yes, you do. You just bought your house, you know?"
Mm,
So I became her assistant and just helping gathering paperwork. I learned slightly about contracts. And then after that, I became a loan processor for her. And then
mm,
I became a loan officer back when you didn't have to be licensed. Um,
Oh.
so I was doing loans for about 2 years. Then I relocated to Texas,
mm,
and which is the best thing I could have ever did. Fell into neighborhood housing services of North Texas. Started working there as a receptionist, 6 months, got promoted and just overseeing the lending department, and then became a homeownership counselor. I really liked the counseling aspect. I was young in my 20s, and I found out that I loved education and teaching. Like I love school, going to school and learning and being a student. I love it, love it, love it. But this aspect of it, as I went through it, I'm like, man, there's so many people that don't
mm.
know. Doesn't
Okay.
matter if you've got a master's degree, a doctorate, like all the way to like, you know, no education. It doesn't matter what your level is. Like there's a lot of stuff people don't know. And I
Yeah.
always say there's no stupid questions in this ever. There's
Yeah.
stuff I'm still learning. You're always learning in this industry, which I love. And I think that's why it's got a lot of beautiful moving parts when you think about it. So that's how I started. Then I relocated back to Chicago, did a transfer with NHS, and then was here. So total, I was with them 13 years.
Mm.
Then became a loan closer and figured out that's not what I like. You like, I don't like being in charge of huge numbers for a closing. So that was hard.
Yeah.
Um, And then I became a loan processor.
Wow.
And then, yeah, which I liked, but I got tired of the paper pushing. And so I
Yeah.
missed, having clients and talking with them and talking to people. Here we're just in cubicles pushing paper all day. And I'm like, this isn't me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I need to be around people. I get energy from people. I am
Yes.
I'm what is it? Extrovert. So my energy comes from being around people,
Yeah.
not the other way around. I know introverts get depleted. I love NHS, by the way, Sonia. I remember when I bought my first house too. I was 25, 26. I don't remember how old I was, but I definitely was in my 20s too. And I remember taking the classes through NHS. You
The
know how they
home
do
buyer
the,
education.
yeah, so that
Yeah.
you could get the funding to help you buy the property. Like I remember, but those were like, Kim, I don't know if you've ever heard of those, but they're like the best classes because like I felt honestly at that age to go through that training. I think it was like, I don't know, I did like an online course and I just remember like, wow, like things that I never thought about that you need to be aware of, like common sense. To someone it might have been like, oh yeah, that's common sense. Like, no, it's not. Like common sense ain't so common. I wouldn't have known that, you know?
Yeah.
So those are always great to take like some sort of training before you purchase a property, just to understand how a property works, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is
And
NHS?
I used to
What is
teach those home buyer
NHS?
education classes
Wow.
um, for NHS and foreclosure prevention classes. So I did a lot of foreclosure prevention counseling during
Wow.
the crisis from '08 to probably 2015, 2014.
Mm,
So yeah, it was beautiful. You know, I've gotten to know all of it, but I won't say I know it all. I've gotten to know all of it, but I don't know it all because, like I said, it's constantly evolving and changes and stuff. So now I
um,
became took the leap and became a loan originator, and I
nice,
love it. I
nice.
do.
Kim did ask, what are those classes? I don't know if you heard her.
No,
She's,
I said, what is NHS for people who
oh,
don't
there you
know
go.
what it is? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's Neighborhood Housing Services of Chicago,
Okay.
and they do a lot of education. That's their forte. Just like Resurrection Project, Spanish Coalition for Housing, they all do um, anything to do with housing.
Yeah, they do the financial literacy side of things. Because I remember I used to partner with NHS too and Spanish Coalition and all them when we wanted someone to come and teach about home buying and all that stuff. So that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I do that now. I've kind of carried that into my when I'm talking to clients and I'm trying to see if they qualify. I run everything. I get them to apply, and then I run their credit, run their income. If they don't qualify, I let them know, hey, if your credit was here, this is what you would qualify for. This is where we need to get you. And so
Yeah.
I give them like an action plan, and I let them know exactly what they need to do. If it's that's if their income is just too little to be able to afford something. And then I'll
Mm,
do slight credit and budget if it's something easy that I can help them with on the credit. If it's more extensive, then I work with Jeanette. I'll refer them to Jeanette. They're at Farmers Insurance, you know, with Monarca Financial Services. So she does more extensive credit and budget. Um,
yeah, she helps you build your credit up, right? She has
yes.
programming for that. I hope
Yeah.
she's still watching. She could plug herself in
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
So she does the repair part. So if it's more extensive, and then so I still carry that counseling with me. I've got clients that'll stay with me. I had a guy that started with me in March, and I told him everything he needed to do. I would check in with him every month, and then I closed him actually by November. He closed. So,
Nice.
Wow.
March to
so
November. That's a nice process. That's a nice long time to keep working with somebody. What is that, like 7 months, maybe eight
yeah,
months now?
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's awesome. Kim, do you have any questions for Sonia?
Yeah, I just love the fact. So what why are you not in the Oak Brook area as much? I'm just curious.
Um, that I try to be okay. No.
Okay, that's okay. I'm just saying.
um,
We're just saying because we're out there. No,
Because we're out there. No,
no,
I know. I just love
I know.
what
I'm
you're
kidding. I'm
doing.
kidding.
No,
Yeah.
because what you're doing is actually is that absolutely correct. It doesn't matter your educational status or like where you come from. A lot of people though are intimidated by
Yes.
purchasing. So the fact that you're educating first, I think is an amazing aspect. I had the privilege of going with Jennifer to see Jeanette's location on 63rd and Spalding, and fell in love even more with Jeanette because she's really helping that community. She's such a community leader.
Yes.
But I also know, being on the other side of the spectrum, there's a lot of other people outside of the community too that might be embarrassed or just don't know, or like Jennifer said, don't have they don't have the common sense. But I think it's more of a fear factor of thinking, oh, I can't buy, I'm not ready to buy. But having someone like you to counsel them, because it's different when you go to a realtor or a loan officer. They give you a list, because it's happened to me several times. Hey, here's a list. This is what your credit look like. Go fix it and then come back and see me. I want to help you. That's fine and dandy. But to have someone like you, Sonia, that's saying, hey, I'm going to sit down with you. I'm going to educate you. I'm going to get you from A to B. If it takes me 3 months, 6 months, 18 months, I got you. That's a very different way of doing business. And I just think there's so much potential for you and obviously Jeanette to expand the community.
Yes. And I work that community for 10 years.
Wow.
So I know the need, and I know there's a need everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But it's really hard to kind of like it's easier in the suburbs when you have somebody saying, hey, can you come and do this home buyer seminar, rather than me just inventing it and having it out there in Oak Brook. I haven't tried, but I know people have, and it's been a struggle. It has to be, I feel in the suburbs, it has to be more collaborative. Like I can do it over here, say it, and get a good turnout. I used to get 30 to 60 people. But in the suburbs, it would have to take a relationship with somebody out there that has presence that I can go out there and do it. My home buyer seminars are not as extensive as the home buyer education, the 8-hour class that Jennifer talked about. That's an 8-hour extensive class. I do more of a lending overview.
Gotcha.
So like, where do you start? What do you need? And how do you get there?
Yeah.
And then all the moving parts. So it's more of an overview, but it's still extensive, but it's not getting into like detail.
Gotcha.
Unless people ask questions, of course. And then on the realtor side, I do realtor trainings. Those I do hold in Oak Brook. And what I do there is to teach them more about the lending piece, not so much, hey, here's Fairway, here's Sonia Delgado with Fairway. It's more where the market's headed. And, more informational, where are the rates going, what kind of programs are out there to help your buyers and stuff like that. Because I feel like the more lethal you are, right? The more you educate yourself as a realtor, the more lethal you are in the street, because you're able to educate your client and you retain them, and, you're more likely to get referrals because they're like, wow, I don't expect them to like counsel them all on the lending, but at least know enough to help them with their business.
Absolutely.
So let me ask if you, I know a couple of newbie realtors, and I've referred them to like senior realtors that I know, and they came back and said, oh, they didn't want to mentor me. So would that be a potential person for you to come to your class or get to know you?
Yes, I actually have several realtors that are, well, they're not so much new anymore, but that a lot of them are new. And a lot of them are old school that are like, wow, like nobody's doing what you're doing. Nobody's taking the time to give the education. And I thank God I have the background. Like now I know my why, at least for work, I got in not expecting this, but I love educating. I love this, and I love being in front of people. And if I wouldn't have had the background, I probably would have been your average loan officer. Nothing against them. I love them all. But
we love
to
loan
just
officers.
they're probably on this call, but love you guys. But I probably would have been that because that's how you're trained.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have time. It's move on to the next. Numbers, 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 right? And
Yeah.
although we keep numbers, I can't. My heart's in this, you know.
Oh, that's
Nice.
the difference.
So I know that we're I want to be respectful of time.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure you plugged yourself in. What is the next event that you're having for those that are watching or watching the replay where they can go and participate in one of these community events or training seminars?
So we're having one December 1st,
Mm-hmm.
3300 West 63rd Street at Jeanette's office,
Mm-hmm.
in the back space there. December 1st from 6 to 8 in the evening.
Okay.
And we're going to have construction specialists. We're going to have Jeanette talking about financial, you know, credit and budget and stuff and what she does. And myself on the lending, a realtor, a financial planner. And I'm going to have an attorney, a real estate attorney. So hopefully you guys can make it, invite people if you'd like, your new realtors, friends, family. I think it's going to be awesome because it's something I haven't did in a while. I think since 2015, and I'm trying to get back into it. So we're going to have that. I'm in the process today. Actually, I have a meeting with my marketing department to get the flyer put together. So once the flyer's done, I can send it to you guys.
Absolutely,
So-
and I'll share it, and I can share it on my platform so people can see. So
Yes.
yeah, so that day again is December 1st.
December 1st, it's on a Thursday.
Okay.
6 to 8 p.m.
Okay, awesome. So
Yes.
So now we know. So you guys, and this is essentially a home buying.
It's
what
a
is the
home
title?
buyer seminar, but I'm
Okay.
opening it up. I decided to make it for current homeowners and
Okay.
home buyers
Okay.
because what I want to try to help build with Jeanette and is generational wealth. How can they tap into their equity to continue to purchase other properties?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So,
Well, that's awesome. And I mean, and for those that have been following me and they know I'm also involved in the real estate world and more in the real estate investing side. So I think there's great opportunity for me to partner with you, Sonia, even now that you've been talking about the real estate classes. I know that we're looking to partner Andrew Homes Enterprises, looking to partner with different people that are training in that area. So I'll talk to you offline about
yeah.
that.
I love it. And I know I can go on about this all day. Like
Yeah.
I love it. So if you
Yeah.
guys ever need anything, please feel free to reach out or we can do coffee and talk because I'm huge on coffee. I'll do coffee morning, noon, and night. So
Do you have a number we can reach you? Do you have a website or a number that we can reach you, Sonia?
yes. So my website, no, I don't have it on me. I never use it, which is sad. I should, but I'm on Facebook, Sonia Delgado.
Okay.
And then my phone number is 773 512 4283.
Okay.
4283.
And then my email, if you know, Sonia.Delgado at fairwaymc.com.
Nice. So
and then
go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So I'm at the office on 63rd and Spalding, 3300 West 63rd. I'm there from daily from 8 to 2:30.
Okay.
So if people want to walk in, they want to drop in, schedule, you know, they're more than welcome to drop in. I don't mind taking walk-ins. I'm just sitting there working anyways. So if they have questions, feel free to call me. Anything to do with mortgages, refinances, home repairs. We can help credit and budget with Jeanette. I can always refer them if that's something that's needed. But I do want people, one thing I learned doing HUD housing counseling before I go is there is a lot of embarrassment.
Yeah,
especially among the Latino community. Wow. They don't want to admit their credit's shot. They don't want to admit their finances are not in order. And we've got to like take that away.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
because we've all been there. I've been there, you know.
No, Absolutely.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
just to piggyback on what you said, like anyone that's sick, let's say like you have a headache and you can't solve the headache, you need to go to a doctor and figure out what's wrong, right? It's the same concept. Like you have a problem, you need to find the solution. You need to go to credit experts and financial experts that can help you.
Right.
Um, but I want to definitely thank you, Sonia, for
No,
your
no
time, for
problem.
being here, and then Kim, thank you for co-hosting. And then you guys know that we have, for the real estate investing side, the 3-day event is coming up that I'm always promoting, the Andrew Holmes events, and that's for people that want to get into real estate investing and want to network and communicate with or connect with other real estate agents, mortgages, loan officers, private money lenders. We have all that there. So I want to make sure that I put that out there, because if not, I know my boss is going to be like, why didn't you plug that? So I gotta share it out here. But thank
Yes.
you again, Sonia, for sharing.
No, no problem.
And we'll definitely promote your event as well. And Kim, thank you for co-hosting with me this morning. I appreciate you
You're
guys.
welcome. All
Yes.
right.
You guys have a blessed day.
You too, Sonia.
All right.
Thank you,
All right.
Jennifer.
You
And
have
everyone
a
looking on. Have a great
Yes,
Have a
everybody
great
logged
week.
on. Have a good day.
Yes, thank you. Have
Bye.
a great week. Bye.
You too.
day.
Bye.